Private Jones and his unit had been patrolling the outskirts of the city, trying to gain control of enemy-held territories. The war had been dragging on for months, and the sounds of bombs and tanks had become a part of their daily lives. But nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to face. As they entered an abandoned building, Private Jones and his unit heard a faint sound coming from the basement. Curiosity got the better of them, and they decided to investigate. As they descended the stairs, the sound grew louder and more disturbing. It was a mix of moaning and groaning, and it sent shivers down their spines. When they reached the bottom of the stairs, they saw a group of civilians huddled in the corner. They were dirty, hungry, and scared. Private Jones and his unit immediately recognized the danger of their situation. The civilians were trapped, surrounded by enemy soldiers, and their lives were in danger. Private Jones knew that they had to act fast. He ordered his unit to provide cover fire while he and 2 other soldiers rescued the civilians. They managed to get the civilians to safety, but not without attracting the attention of the enemy soldiers. The firefight was intense, and the sounds of gunfire and explosions filled the air. Suddenly the building shook, and the floor beneath them gave way. Private Jones and his unit fell into a dark, damp, and eerie basement. They were injured and disoriented, but they knew that they had to keep moving. As they stumbled through the darkness, they heard the sound of footsteps. It was the enemy soldiers, and they were getting closer. Private Jones and his unit had no choice but to hide. They found a small room, and they huddled together, praying that they wouldn't be discovered. But the enemy soldiers were relentless. They searched every corner of the basement, and they were getting closer to their hiding spot. Suddenly, the lights went out. Private Jones and his unit were plunged into total darkness, and they knew that they were trapped. As they waited in silence, they heard strange noises, the sound of something slithering, crawling, and scratching. Private Jones and his unit realized that they were not alone. Something was in the darkness with them, and it was not human. The sounds grew louder and more terrifying, and Private Jones and his unit realized that they were facing a new kind of enemy. They could hear the breathing of the creature, the beating of its heart, and then they saw it. A massive, slimy, tentacled monster emerging from the darkness. The monster attacked, its tentacles flailing wildly. Private Jones and his unit fought back, firing their weapons and dodging the tentacles. It was a brutal and terrifying battle, but they managed to defeat the monster. As they emerged from the basement, battered and bruised, they knew that they had faced a horror beyond their wildest nightmares. But they had also proved themselves to be heroes in a war that demanded everything they had to offer.